Why people who you know pay you less as a plumber. Welcome to the channel, people. My name is Mr. London Plumber. Make sure you like, share and subscribe. This is an honest one. After 20 years of experience, I've learned a lot of things. And some of the things I've learned, which is people who know you will pay you less money. Because somehow the conversation will arise. Could you do this as a favor? Could you do that as a favor? Once the favor starts to pop up, it becomes a friendly job, which you've kind of just done for free. And then they might say to you, oh, I want a tap fitted in. I got this tap from B&Q. Okay. Yeah, how much is it? Oh, the tap's like 30 quid. Oh, okay. So how much would it be to install it? It'd be like £120. Oh, bloody hell, that's more than the tap. Yeah, but you're not paying for the tap, are you? You're paying for my experience. You're paying for me to not flood your house. You're paying for my time. And you find yourself explaining like what that £120 is. When back in the day, they could get the tap installed for like £80, £60. That was back in the day. Today's definitely a brand new day. We've definitely got inflation. We've definitely got a lot of things that run with it. But they're saying, oh, but you're a plumber. You're about though. I'm about. I have a van. I drive. I have insurance. I have tools, materials. I've got to drive to jobs, quote the jobs, fix the jobs. All within a day. What do you mean I'm about? To make it more simple for others who don't understand, running a business is not easy because you've got so many costs going in, going out. You got to think about your profit. If there's not a lot of profit in an £80 job, are you not working for free at some point? That's why there's so many plumbers that run around and try and just do as many jobs as possible because it's every £80. I've never wanted to be that type of person. And I've realised over my time while being a plumber, how much jobs people expect you to do or ask you to do and are not counting that onto the bill. There was some times when I used to waive jobs. I don't worry about that, it's fine. But I realised how problematic that was for me long term. Because sometimes some people would be expecting a favour. Oh, you couldn't just nip round and put on these taps for me in that toilet seat. The toilet seat, yes, 5-10 minute job, if that. The taps, nip round and just turn off the water and do all of that. And if I got all the pipe work. Yeah, I get it. It's what you do. But trying to have a sustainable business, which is going to pull profit, you got more likelihood of doing that through people that don't know you. And I know this through my own experience. I know and I understand that we are in a competitive time of people with rates. Clearly understand that. But you have people, high quality, who are up here. And you have the people that will do the jobs for £60, £40 here. The difference is what you get with the service. And I've realised that, I don't do 60, 40, 80, anything. I don't do that. It's just not worth it. And even though someone might say, oh, but it would just keep me busy, I've got some other jobs for 60 and 40 pounds, yeah? So what, we're gonna add up to just get 100 pounds and you're gonna get all these jobs done. Working out the maths when you're on the job is easy for a tradesperson to do, what something's worth. So when you work it out, you say to yourself, it's not worth it, is it? It doesn't make sense me doing that. And I think what I've learned from having a business is that a lot of it has got to make sense. Because if it doesn't, I'm running it at a cost which is costing me. And that's never the goal. So it's very difficult to explain to people. And I feel, even though people know you're a running business, it's easier for them to ask you for a favor than be upfront with you and be like, I can't pay it now. Could we sort something out? Well, I'm here now, so we would need to sort something out. I've walked away from jobs without being paid a few times. The feeling I felt, yeah, was disappointment within myself, but also my antennas didn't pick up on the conversation or the vibe what that person was letting off by saying, oh yeah, could you look at this, then look at this, and you know, like, how much would that be? And then because you've done this, look, I understand that we need help. Everyone can't be charged with the same brush, because there's people that can't afford it out there. Yeah, they get themselves into bad times. They get themselves into times where, you know, they don't know how they're going to pay their bills. I've been there myself. I've been very transparent with my channel. If you've heard me speak about £2,000 a month. But pull yourself out of that cycle as an individual, you know. I think a lot of people like to think that you're ripping them off, yeah? But if they want something for cheap, that's fine. But as a professional, you don't do cheap. You do the going rate. And I think people find the going rate a bit too high, but I would like to ask other people, if the going rate was £80 5 years ago, what would you feel it is today? To be a fair plumber, like, what would you feel it is today? Add in everything. You know, I was going to talk about how much your travel costs every day, how much your lunch costs, but you're aware of that because we all travel and eat. So factor that into the day of doing a job which you travel for an hour, travel for half an hour. What I want you to do is comment below this video, because I've done some deep thinking on this video, you know. I talk about stuff what has kind of happened to me, and I wish that the younger me heard. So if this sparks anything for you, make sure you subscribe, like and share, because this is Mr. London Plumber. Have a good one.